Hello, Carl from CWD, back in the shed. Got my long list of pond kits to do this week. Got 5 kits. Hopefully get all them done this week. So Donna, we got your 2.5 by 1.5 by 1 metre pond. So Donna and Sherry, we're going to do yours first because you've been waiting the longest. Sherry, you've got your 1.5 by 2.5 metre pond. Yours is only 60 centimetres deep. We're going to get that done. Lee, got your 3 by 2 by 80 centimetre. Paul, we got your 4 by 3 by 1 metre, so that's another big one. Another one like Graham's that we've just had pictures from Graham actually, the 2 metre by 900. He sent in some pictures showing that we'd not given him too little underlay. I was a bit worried, you know, where you just have a think at night and you think, did I give him enough underlay? But it turns out I did, so perfect. And Paolo, we've got your 4 by 2.6 metre pond. So it's 4 by 2.6. It's a bit of a bigger window than yours, old Graham. It's 100 by 900. So he's got another 4 inches on you. But we'll see what that looks like. It's only 2.6 metres wide. I'm sure both of your ponds are going to look fantastic. So he's got a skimmer in his as well. He's got a little window in the side too. So it's an interesting one for us to do. So yeah, thank you very much for buying the kits, guys. We really appreciate it. Keeps me close to home where my girls are. So yeah, loving it. The girls are doing really well. Kathy had a great birthday this weekend. And we think Penelope's getting over the snotty stage. If you're not a parent, stop listening. If you have been, we had to do that thing where you squirt saline stuff up her nose and then you suck the bogies out with that big tube. Absolutely disgusting. But Kathy really likes it. It's weird watching her. She you know, it's like a game for her how much not going to get out this time. It's horrible. But yeah, thank you very much for buying the kits, guys. Yeah. Hello guys, Carl from CWD. Sunday, we've been at the Sandbach Transport Festival this weekend. It's been really good. Massive turnout for such a small town like Sandbach. It gets absolutely rammed every year. So yeah, it's a lovely weekend. Kathy really enjoyed her birthday. Thanks to a few people that messaged saying happy birthday. So we had the competition on last week. We've got the stuff down here. Got the ball valves and that. So these are the 4-inch, 2-inch, and 1.5 inch ball valves. So they are going out to, this slot is going out to Amanda, and this is for James. And actually, James wanted to swap this out for a 2-inch. So I'll get that swapped out because he said he's already bought a load of pipe work from us actually. So yeah, I like it when an existing customer wins a competition. It shows that it's not just, you know, being given to just some random you know, people actually are going to win, even if you've bought stuff. So he's got a load of 2-inch PIP pipe work. He's got a load of 2-inch elbows and things as well. So he's going to be using these. So he might as well have the PIP ball valves as well, isn't he? So you can have them too. They're going to be shipped out tomorrow, so they'll be with you this week. So yeah, thank you very much for entering the competition. The next competition that I do, I'm going to try and do it every Friday. And then I'm going to see how I get on, and I might change it to a Saturday or something like that. But what I'll do is, well, you guys can actually tell me what you think it'd be best. I can either roll a dice and then I can include something a bit more interesting, like a cloverleaf heater or another, I mean, this is quite a big price to be fair, the 4-inch ball valve in it, 4-inch elbows. I mean, these are cheap, but you know, the equivalents aren't cheap, but these do the same job. And if you're concreting them in, who's going to ever know that's white anyway? So if you don't like the thought of having white pipe work, at least buy it for your bottom drain. It does the same bloody job. Obviously, we've got the sealant as well. Tons of this stuff flying out. We're doing about, what was it last week? I think it was like 89 tubes. 89 tubes last week at Amazon, fulfilled by Amazon. So Amazon Prime customers buying it all over the country. We've got a few boxes going out to America as well, so I'm looking forward to seeing how that goes over there. Because if that kicks off, you know, I could retire next week. So looking forward to that, see how that goes. We've already had quite a few tubes go out to America. We've got free shipping on full boxes. So yeah, we've got people taking advantage of that, which is brilliant. We've also got these strange things. People don't, it doesn't look very strange. It's just a big version of something you probably recognise. It's a socket union. So I'm going to go through that in a little bit more detail for you. But yeah, let me know what kind of like competitions you guys want, because the whole point of this is for you to help me advertise my products basically. I don't want to give money to advertising companies, marketing companies, because I've never had a good experience. I've always found that me doing my own advertising has paid off many more dividends than giving an advertising firm 2 or 3, 4 grand for a month, and then they go and spend more of my money and then I get absolutely nothing back from it. So thank you very much guys for helping me advertise my stuff, and we're actually, you know, we are getting orders from it, so people are recognizing that it does the same job, it's good quality, so there's no reason not to buy it. So thank you very much. So yeah, let me know what type of things you'd want to win. I know that Danny did a drum giveaway. You know, I might be able to do that one day, but I'm not looking to do that anytime soon. But if this does kick off, you know, I might do. I'm not going to give any guarantees on anything unless I know for a fact it's going to happen. That's how I am. So yeah, you can win ball valves, elbows, socket unions of all sizes, sealant, cloverleaf heater, could be one of them. It could be a skimmer, a bottom drain, anything really. Anything pond related that you can think of. A Matsuko switch box. I'm sure I've got a couple of them hidden away somewhere that I've bought because I lost them. You know, where you just lose it and you just think, oh, rather than me mess around for half a day trying to find it, I'll just buy another one. We've also got air pumps, UVs. We've also got solar pumps, so if you want to do a little water feature, you know, something like that. Let me know what you guys want to win. Waffled on for a bit long then, didn't I? Right, so now I'm going to waffle on about this little thing here. So I'm going to just set the camera up here just so you can see what this is. So actually I've got a little box here, so I'm going to use the box as a prop. So the whole point of a socket union is that you can pressure pipe glue in both sides, and then if you want to change anything, and you can use one of these because it splits, so you could leave that glued on something and then you could come on and then you could pipe up to it later. A good thing about these, one thing that people struggle with when they're fitting drum filters. So when you're fitting a drum filter, one of the biggest pains is when you get to the stage. So let's say you've got an outlet here. Actually, let me go and grab a pen. I was going through this actually with Jack the other day, because I popped down, I think it was Wednesday last week, you know, before he opened his Reefer Oasis koi for them, and I was showing him, and it's a shame we couldn't use them on his Filtro next that he's set up. So let's say that's one inlet, and then that's another inlet there. So sometimes when you're piping up, sorry if it's shaking about, I'm just putting the lid back on the pen. So when you're piping up, sometimes this pipe's going to have to come like this, and that might just go straight up. When you're piping up, you want this to be exact here. And once you've glued it in to that elbow down there, that's never going to move, it's just going to be stuck like that. If you do that wrong, you could potentially have to replace all that pipe, or you could have to cut it and add sockets and mess about and all that sort of stuff. Whereas if you have one of these, you could just stick that down there before the elbow that's coming this way, and then all you have to do is loosen this, and then you can pivot this however you want until that's perfect. You can get your rubber boot, or you can even use one of these on your drum, which I'll go through in a minute, and then you can get it set perfectly, and then you can just lock this off. So that's a really easy way of doing it, especially with 4-inch pipe. You can mark it up, you can do what you want, but if you put it in and then you try and do a quarter twist and you actually go a bit too far and it's already gone off, it can be a nightmare, especially if you've not done it very many times. What I'm talking about with the inlets to a drum, so if you imagine this is the bottom drains coming up and going into this drum here, what you can use, funnily enough, we've got this sealant stuff here, and what you can do is you can put a nice bead of that around, because this normally sticks out a bit, so it's normally 110mm, so that'll fit over it. Put a nice bead of sealant around there, and then you can whack that on there like that, and then you can pressure pipe directly into your drum. No need for a rubber connection. If you have a rubber connection and it's outside, or if you've got a window or anything like that in the area where the drum's going to be sat, the UV can degrade the rubber, whereas the rubber inside this, there's no UV getting in there, is there? So that's going to last a lot longer than a rubber connector. So I'm hoping to see these on drums a lot. I'm retailing these at £20. So you can get hold of one of these for 20 quid. It's about twice the price of a rubber connector, but you know once that's on, it's glued on and everything's gone off, that'll last you 20 years easy. Because that's how long this sealant's rated for, is 20 years. It will last longer, but that's how long it's kind of guaranteed to last for, you know, without any UV degradation or anything like that. So you can have that on your drum, you can have it there, and then if you ever need to change anything, then it's dead easy. You just unscrew this, mess about your pipe work, because you know what we're all like, we all change our minds every 5 minutes, and then we can just easily just screw that back on. Another good thing, if you've ever fitted a drum before, I'm just going to loosen this. I'm just going to loosen this now. So if you've ever fitted anything to a drum before, I'll go and grab a rubber connector actually, just to show you. So if you have this rubber connector, when you're trying to connect it to this and your pipe that's going in there, you have to kind of move the drum. Quite a lot of the time you have to like move the drum onto it, and if you've situated your drum and you've got all your other bits of pipe on, you're trying to put three bits on at the same time, because you have to slide it in about 2 inches, and then you put your clamp on, don't you? Whereas with these, you could have, so you could have that glued on, and then whenever you need to come back and actually do your final connecting, this can just be like that. It doesn't need to be pushed on, you don't need to move the drum, you can just pipe straight up to it without any messing about. And then this sleeve just screws on there, which you can't really do with one hand. But yeah, it's just, I'm trying to use logic and trying to make things as easy as possible. I'm going to have these manufactured wide enough to go onto a Nexus, and also I'm going to have smaller, just above 3-inch ones done, so you can go into an easy pod, so you can pressure pipe straight up into it using our glue that on there, and then you can just screw your socket union up into your easy pod or your Nexus. I think that'll look absolutely amazing. It'll look much better than the rubbers. And if you've ever put a rubber onto a Nexus and you've not got the Evolution Aqua rubber, how difficult is that to do? A lot of people have been through that. You've got to get a kettle out, you've got to mess about, and yeah. And if you are stretching your rubber out, and then people over tighten them because they're worried that they're going to leak, so stretching it out too much, over tightening, you strap around it, that's weakening the rubber, stretching it. Just like if you stretch your liner, that's rubber, that's the same. More likely to fail. If you use one of these socket unions, spend an extra tenner, you know it's going to last. That's what I recommend you use, and that's what we're going to use in all our drum installs now. Nigel at 5 Towns was really excited. He said it's an absolutely amazing idea. He's just setting up a Filtro Combi Next at the moment, so he was really happy that I went down with him. I gave him 3 of them as a sample to use, and we're going to take some pictures once he's fit it, and then he's ordered another few, so he's got them in the shop because he likes having all his fittings he does. Okay, so I'm going to, from this video and any others that I do through the week, 1 like and 1 comment. Say whatever you want. You can say you don't know what you're doing, like quite a lot of people do, but like as far as window fitting and things, you shouldn't fit liners the way I do, but we've never had an issue. If you have, let me know. I'd like to know about it, because I don't want to go around saying that what we're doing is absolutely fine if it's not. But if you've got an example where it's not worked, please let me know. I encourage you to, because I want the feedback, and then we can look at what, how we do it. But I can't see it being a problem, honestly. The worst case, fitting a liner the way we do, is in 15 years, say, quite a lot of the time. If you've seen a 15 to 20 plus year old liner, the liner is going to probably go before your sealant. The sealant grips extremely well to glass. Glass isn't as smooth under a microscope. There's plenty of spaces for the sealant to key into it, so it keys into it really well. And even if the liner did, even if, let's say, the liner was a bit dirty or something, or the customer has done it, just left it a bit mucky or greasy, worst case scenario, clean the area, apply more sealant, push your liner back on. It's not going to be hard, is it? So yeah, like and comment on this video. Watch any other videos, like and comment on them. And every time I release a video this week up to Friday, each like and comment will get you one entry into the draw, and I'm going to decide I'll decide by Wednesday what the prize is going to be. It could be a roll of the dice between something really good, something, you know, all right. It could just be a £10 voucher to spend on our website. You know, it could be one of a number of things. And then depending how well things go with that, I'll get more and more adventurous with the things that we're giving away. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you have had a great week. I hope today isn't too bad for you. Starting on Monday, it's just started raining here, so it's not the best. But yeah, happy ponding. It's getting warmer now. Keep testing your water. I've been through a NT Labs test kit completely. You know, from building that pond in the garage, I've already used all the ammonia tests because I'm testing 3 times a day. So make sure you're testing your water. It's really important. I've had to night out a couple of times because I've had ammonia spikes, but that's because I got the sake and I just went a bit mental with it, just see what it did. So yeah, don't do that. Don't be stupid. All right, have a good